or why I stopped retwisting my locks is because I realized that it helps give my hair its own personality. So there's retwisting and then there's palm rolling. Palm rolling can be done to your locks when you retwist. Hey y'all, welcome back to Holistic Flow. I am your girl Lolo, and today I'm going to be talking about why I don't retwist my locks anymore, because a lot of you all ask me like what I do for maintenance, or a lot of people also ask me like when do I retwist or how often do I retwist, because I guess it doesn't look like I do, because I don't, and I haven't retwisted for literally years. There was only one, like about 6 months within my lock journey that I actually did retwist my hair, and it was the first 6 months. After that, and now it's almost been 3 years, and on November 14th it'll be 3 years, so in like a couple weeks. Today I'll be talking about that and answering some questions for you all, and really telling why not retwisting is the best for me. If you're considering semi-freeforming, which is a version of locking your hair right in between completely freeforming, which is no maintenance at all, versus traditional locks, somewhere in between, semi-freeforming, and that's what the lock community calls, you know, this style of wearing your hair. You know, we got all these categories, different categories and specializations to call your hair, but whatever, locks are locks, you know, and some work for some people, other methods work for other people. Let's get into the video. So in everyday life, when I go out, you know, and I come across people and they ask me, hey, I love your hair, or they'll comment something about my hair, how long have I had my locks or whatnot, then they ask, they first kind of like look at it, you know what I'm saying, look at it real good, and then they're like, when do you do your hair, or are you gonna do your hair, or when are you gonna do your hair, you know? And it's not that question gets on my nerves, but now that I'm in the frame of mind that I'm in, I realize that a lot of people feel like you have to do something particular to your hair in order for it to be up to standard. And I just want to begin this video with demolishing that whole point of view that you have to do something specific to your hair, or slick down some edges, or some baby hair's got to be showing, or you got to get that edge control, or whatever you got to do, or you got to have it shining or whatever. It can't be ashy, but that's not my viewpoint. And so, but some people don't understand that. Some people don't know any other way to present themselves other than your hair has to be retwisted every 2 weeks. And that's fine if you have that viewpoint. But for me, just realizing that, oh, you sometimes have to open your mind to the possibility that some people just do not do their hair. And it's not that I don't do my hair, like my hair is clean. I always wash it. But unfortunately, that's sort of a stereotype that we have to demolish as soon as we go into this topic of why I don't retwist my hair. So one of the first reasons that I do not retwist my hair is just that it takes care of a lot of time. You know, I reclaim a lot of my time back. And when I did used to retwist my own hair, I used to always do it myself. Even when I was loosely natural, I always did my own hair. Your hair takes time, especially when it starts to get long. Your hair takes a lot of time. And if you've come recently from a loose natural state and then you're coming into doing your locks, or considering getting a loctician, especially if you do have a hairstylist that you currently go to, you pay a lot of money per year to go to your hair. I mean, go to your hair. You pay a lot of money per year to go to the salon and get your hair done. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Some people pay a car every single year, a new car. The price of a brand new car, $20,000 to $30,000. That's how much per year you pay to get your hair done. And it can be that expensive to get your locks done. So you save not only time, but money when you do your own hair. Or for me, when I don't do my own hair. So it saves not only time, but also effort. You know, I'm personally a simple person. I like to simplify everything. So if something can take less steps. I have less things to logically think about in my mind to fit that task into the rest of my day. Because if I wash my hair and then I also have to retwist, then I also have to sit under the dryer, and then I also have to wait extra time because I also put product in my hair, and wet hair with product in it takes longer to dry with wet hair without so much product in it. And I'll get to that later on, but there are other things that you have to consider within your day and kind of plan your whole day around your wash day routine if you're retwisting your hair. Another reason why I did not retwist my locks, or why I stopped retwisting my locks, is because I realized that it helps give my hair its own personality. So there's retwisting, and then there's palm rolling. Palm rolling can be done to your locks when you retwist, but palm rolling is not always within the routine of retwisting. Let me tell you what I mean. So palm rolling is when you take your hair and you take two palms and then you kind of like rub it together. Let me put the mic down. All right, that's what you do when you palm roll. So when you retwist though, you're pretty much just taking your hair, twisting at the root and clipping it down. That's a retwist. You don't have to palm roll in order to retwist, but some people do include the palm roll inside the retwist. Either way, if you're just retwisting or you're palm rolling and retwisting, when you do that retwist, it puts the hair in a cylindrical shape. It makes it more uniform all the way down. And I also have gotten questions about how do I keep the bumpiness in them? And the reason why I'm able to do that is because I never retwisted or never palm rolled and stopped retwisting. Yeah. Hope that made sense. So it gives them their own character. Like if you watch a close-up, I'm not really showing a lot of the ends here, if it can stop focusing on my face. But as you can see, the ends are really like bumpy still. And because the ends are bumpy, this is where I first started, and I started with 2-strand twists. So that's the first thing that made it bumpy. Other than that, once you get to my roots, you can obviously see that they're still very bumpy, even toward the roots, and they're fluffy. There's a lot of new growth, and my natural curl pattern is shining through because I'm not straightening out that curl pattern by stretching the hair, because palm rolling actually stretches the hair and mitigates your natural curl pattern from shining through. So your locks get a little bit more individuality. And if that's something that you like, then maybe considering not retwisting is best for you after I go through the list of all the other reasons why I personally don't retwist. Number 3 is a piggyback off of what I first said when I first started the video. I realized that I don't really have to do anything to my hair to make it more pretty or more acceptable. I can have it look like how it wants to individually look. I can have it look different. I can have it look more messy, or however it's perceived by society. If it makes my life easier and it makes my life better, which it does, my wash day routine consists of washing my hair, putting some apple cider vinegar rinse on it maybe once or twice a month, just to rinse all of the buildup and stuff out of it. Putting my hydration mist on it, which is hydrating. It has aloe, but it also has some essential oils, so I am getting some moisture sealed in there. And then I air dry, and then I go, right? In between that, sometimes I pop my locks. If you want to see my wash day routine, then you can look at it right here. I'll put the card there. So sometimes we think we have to conform to this Eurocentric standard of beauty, which is kempt hair, or whatever, kempt hair, or if it looks unkempt, then it's not professional, then it's not clean, then it is not pretty. But we need to demolish that out of our mind. There's nothing that you have to do to your hair to make it good. Right, the whole good hair thing. But if you think about it, if Caucasians with perfectly straight hair, and that's natural hair to them, if they don't have to put their hair in a style for it to look professional or acceptable, if our hair is naturally like this, It's naturally like this. If you don't do anything to your hair, it's gonna lock up naturally. Locks are the most natural state of natural hair. If this is our natural hair, then why do we have to slick our edges and brush it back and comb it back and slick it back and use all this gel? Why can't it also be pretty? Or why can't it also be professional when it's natural? You know, when you apply that logic, to me, it became evident that retwisting is just for the aesthetics of the look. Retwisting actually does not help lock your hair. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But before we go any further, if you are liking this video, then give it a thumbs up to let me know that you like it. Please subscribe, because I make videos like this every single week about your lock journey to help you out, to help you embody your highest self through your lock journey, and to have a better mind, body, and spirit connection. Thank you. One of the next reasons that I do not retwist is because it does not help lock your hair up, and it also can make it more thin. Basically, retwisting can sometimes do more damage than it does help. And it depends on who you are and your hair type and what works for you and what doesn't. Honestly, a lot of this is just trial and error. But the reason that I say that it makes your hair thinner is because if you're retwisting and you're twisting it, first of all, you have to first stretch your hair, right? So you have to kind of pull from the root. All of this, like I just showed you my new growth, right? This is how my hair naturally grows out. This is my natural curl pattern. And in order to retwist, right, I kind of have to stretch my natural curl pattern and then twist. Because a natural curl pattern creates fluffiness, it creates a fluffiness of the lock. When you stretch and retwist your roots, you are making your hair more densely packed in. So all of your individual hairs, they may be like this within your lock. They're spread further apart from each other and they have more space. But once you retwist, you're actually packing those hairs closer toward each other and there's less space in between them. So eventually your locks can look and appear thinner than what they would if you had never retwisted at all, you know? Most of my locks, if you really look at it, they are thinner at the bottom and then they're thicker at the top. I mean, you can literally see it. You can literally see they're thick at the top, thin at the bottom. Why? Because first of all, at the bottom, it represents within the first 6 months of my lock journey that I did retwist, and I did a lot of different twist outs and braid outs, and I was always manipulating my hair. But when I stopped doing that, I gave more room for my locks to expand, because especially in your first couple of months, your locks are expanding and they're like swelling up, and that's how they mature. And that budding or that bunching that happens, that is how your locks mature. They need room. They need room to spread out. So the reason why I say that retwists do not help the hair lock up is because if you are creating less room for those individual hairs to expand and swell up by retwisting, you're actually mitigating the locking process, or you're actually slowing down the locking process. You know what I'm saying? Because you're stretching, you're manipulating the locks. They're not able to move in their most natural way. So once I learned that, I was like, and then I actually put it into action. I actually stopped retwisting. I noticed that my locks are locking thicker and they're also locking faster. And possibly, because my hair grows super fast, you could possibly say that it helps my hair grow faster. I don't know. I know it's genetics, but what works for you? What do you think works for you? Apply that, take what resonates, and then leave what doesn't resonate. But hey, I also wanted to tell you all about my upcoming retreat. So this is something that you all have been waiting for so long. Y'all have been asking me, hey, when are we going to get together in person? When are you going to have a retreat? Let me know drop the addy. What's the date, right? Here it is. It's called Crown Connection Retreat, and it's a 5-day experience to embody your highest self through your lock journey. We're going to be in Pennsylvania, in Everett, Pennsylvania on May 23rd through May 27th, 2024. It's going to be an exciting, transformational adventure. We're going to be in the heart of nature, water around, lakes around, hikes, hammocks, and we're going to be sleeping in cabins that nourish your circadian rhythm, that get you back to your highest state. Stargazing at night, s'mores, campfires, meditation and yoga sessions every single day. And this is a co-ed experience. So it's an experience for men and women. We're gonna have male facilitators there. We're gonna have talks about embracing your masculinity. All my lock kings out there, embracing your masculinity as you heal through whichever things are blocking your way of stepping into your role of change maker. Right? In the same token, we're going to have talks about divine feminine and healing the divine feminine, being in your element, and it's just going to be awesome. To find out more about it, go to my website, holisticfitmeditation.com. The early bird special is going on right now, and it's for a limited time. Out of 21,700 something of you all, less than 1% of you are going to be able to go. So there's limited spots available. I want you to be able to get a spot if you are interested. Go to my website, get the early bird special, because you'll also get a VIP call, and you'll also get a set of guided meditations from me that you can download, and you can have them. You can practice to those guided meditations. So go ahead and go to my website. It'll be there. Find out everything you need to know about the retreat. And yeah, I look forward to seeing a lot of you all there. All right. So another reason that I stopped retwisting is that I realized that it prevents buildup, especially when you go to a loctician. A very common thing is that you see a lot of this buildup in the new growth, and whether you use a gel, whether you use like aloe vera, whatever you use, when you retwist, you're using more of that product because you kind of like slab that product on your new growth and then twist it in. So it's becoming embedded in the lock, and sometimes it can be difficult to get that new growth out, especially with washing the hair. You sometimes use heavier products to get that slick look or keep the retwist to last long. So even going more time in between each retwist can be very beneficial, because there's a whole lot of buildup inside of our locks that we just don't realize is there, even without using a whole lot of product. So if you can mitigate the amount of product that you use, if you still retwist your hair, that will be really helpful. A really, really important reason, another one, is that you get to become your own loctician. The thing is that when you do your own locks, you are your own loctician. You might not be licensed to be a loctician, but you know your hair better than other people know their hair. I truly believe that I know my hair more than others do. Maybe others can give me really good advice on how to do my hair, but when you get to know your own hair, when you're the main person who has your hands there, then you know your porosity, how your hair soaks up water, the products that you like, and throughout your journey you're able to manipulate certain factors such as the products that you use or your moisture routine to be able to fit the stage that your locks are in, because it will grow and change and mature just like a plant, and you are the one nursing that plant. You can be your own loctician too. You don't have to pay the price that you would pay for a brand new car every year to get your hair done. So if that ain't good news, I don't know what is. And the last and final reason that I stopped retwisting my hair is because I grew a lot more respect for myself through not conforming to a specific style that I thought that I had to have just for my hair to look presentable. And because of that, I grew to have more respect for myself, more love for myself, and less explaining to do to others when they ask, why don't you do your hair? Or it would be a lot longer if you retwisted your hair, or it would be a lot prettier if you retwisted your hair, or whatever. So just know what works for you. Tell me below in the comments which one of these things resonated the most with you. Do you retwist right now? Are you thinking about retwisting, not retwisting? Let me know. Again, like this video so other people can find this amazing video too, and it can help them out just like it helped you out on your journey. Thanks for all your comments. Make sure you're subscribed as well, and I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, I'm sending peace your way, love your way, and joy to you, your family, and your friends. All right, y'all. Peace.